Hello! Welcome back to episode 2 of the Ultimate Ironman Progression series. In the last episode, we wrapped up level 83 construction, which is big because it allows us to boost for basically building anything in our house, which is kind of the reason when we got to 83. But in this video, my goal is crafting. I would like to be able to craft all the jewelry needed for the jewelry box, along with wearing a glory, or maybe we go all the way to being able to craft a fury. We'll have to figure out how to get money for that, but that's a problem for the future me. Along this journey, we definitely come across a few unexpected challenges and a couple of, how will I say it, me realizing that I was kind of dumb forgetting certain things and had to take detours, but hey, that's the life of a UIM, you know? Go to point A, you gotta go through everything else first. But let's get into some clips on what I've been up to this last week and see how it goes, see how things been. So starting things off, we're gonna be going with the quest Twilight's Promise because I hadn't done it yet. It is a prerequisite for the Perilous Moons quest, and it does unlock the teleport here, and I've been really lazy about that and just having to go to Varrock and then take the bird all the way here, which is just, what's the point, right? Plus, once I am able to get a portal nexus / maybe a portals built in my home, I would like to have a portal set up here, but I may not even go that far because a Quetzal is something I kind of want to get in the future too, and a Quetzal probably wouldn't be the worst thing to keep in my inventory because everybody loves modes of transportation. But yeah, so we basically do this quest, and yeah. Okay, I had to slow the video down to here because I think this part is so funny. Like, this guy's super drunk, and you bring him to a fountain, and you get this little cutscene of him what? Like, just walking up and just puking in this fountain? Like, what is this nonsense? And then it's just like, alright, cutscene's over. I don't know, I just think it's funny. But now this part coming up, I did this only twice, and it seemed much harder to me than it actually really was, because I had only ever done this on a max combat account, and then I had only ever done this again on my duo group Ironman with no overheads and just, I don't know, really low combat. I was like way lower combat than level 100 than what I am, and this ended up being a breeze. I ended up just staff bashing him and then just casting from the spell book because I couldn't, for some reason it wouldn't let me cast just with the elemental staff. But yeah, this fight was a joke actually, and I was like actually kind of scared going into this. I was like, oh man, am I gonna be ready for this? Am I gonna be prepared? And I'm just like, oh wow, protect for melee, you just win. And yeah, I just had to put that out there really quick. Guy gets murked, we feed a bird, and then we kill a bunch of dudes until guess what? Quest done. Moving on to the second quest of the video, and actually I believe the last one. We don't even actually finish this one. I just wanted to be able to get in here for access to Camp Torm, really. Basically starting Perilous Moons allows you to mine bone shards for prayer, which I'm not going to do right now, but it is something nice for the future. If I just want to AFK mine and get prayer XP, that's always nice. Eventually the Perilous Moons mini quest, fighting the 3 bosses again, getting some really good gear from there. But a big reason was I don't have my Dragon Defender or my D-Sim anymore, and I was just like thinking, I'm like, what could I use to replace that right now? And I was like, you know, they came out with those dual-wield sulfur blades off of the Naguaz, and that was what I decided to go do. So we basically do Perilous Moons, until it gets to the part where I have to fight the 3 bosses, and I'll just speed this up until I get to that point, and then basically what I do next, which is, I believe, just farm the Nagas, which I thought would be, easy. It's like a 1 in 450 drop. Why not just try and go in there, get it, because it would be surely easier than making a monkey speak amulet and then making a gree and then spending 100k on a dragon simi and then having to go get another defender, which I just didn't want to do all that again. I just said, you know what, dude, let's just get a fucking throwaway weapon and make it look cool at the same time, and I decided to go with the Naga's weapon. So that's basically what we did. Now, don't judge me on this one, but afterwards I went to go farm the sulfur Nagas like I had been talking about, and with a very scuffed, messy inventory, too much food, should have just been pure prayer bots, I come here and staff bash my way to a defensive level really quick, thinking that this was just going to be a real easy, time. And yeah, like I was saying, here's 73 defense. Fun little milestone, right? This is funny. So not only did we get 1 nature talisman, we got 2 nature talismans, and then guess what? We got a 3rd nature talisman while we were on this grind. I just thought it was also funny. Now, I have to say, I thought this was going to be a nice, quick, easy grind for a weapon, and though it wasn't bad, it was good XP, don't get me wrong. These guys are crabs, essentially, that you have to pray through, and you get free prayer, free super combat potion, and the runes god tier. I found out that I can't use the I don't remember what it's called, this essence that's in my inventory, the stuff that looks like dust that gives you rune crafting experience until you finish the quest, which, whatever, not the end of the world, not that much rune crafting experience. I'd rather just go rune craft, to be completely honest. But my gosh, it took me so many, and I'll show you how much it took me in just a moment here. I'll dig a screenshot up because I don't think I show it in this clip, but it's like 700 and over 750 of these guys for a 450 drop. We almost go 2 times dry. It's disgusting. I hate it. But guess what? I have a weapon that I can store in my bag that you'll see me use quite a bit throughout the rest of this video. I'll tell you that. So I lied. I did Imp Catcher, and then I helped this fool essentially murder Juliet. And then, sadly, I went and burned this guy's house down to prove he's not lazy and can like walk around for his pirate leader, so that I could then come into lunar diplomacy to, I don't know, like run some laps, count to 10, gamble and roll some dice, cut some logs, play a song, do some emotes, all the random shit that's in this quest. I swear, it's a wonderful quest. Highly recommend doing it, but it's like, holy cow, dude. Like, the randomness that is in this quest is ridiculous. Just to fight yourself, and as you can see here, a 2-shot. To read a book on a pedestal. Ah, what a quest, what a quest. And 41 rune crafting from that, and yep, the whole reason for doing this quest, Lunar Spellbook. And now we can super glass make. Yay! And then when I went to go super glass make, I came up on a mining level while mining sand, because noted buckets of sand from the sandstorm machine is quite nice. But I did learn something, and it is something I never knew, but you can only hold 25,000 buckets of sand at this person. And as you'll see in a moment here, I hit that, and it's kind of devastating, I'll be honest with you. But we learned to maneuver and just use the 25k buckets of sand, and we'll just super glass make with that, basically. Even though I'll need about 7,800 more for the big seaweed than I have, so it's, yeah, we're just gonna drop this and move on. It was at this point that I realized I needed a greater cash stack, and one of my favorite ways to make money on the Ultimate Ironman is to do Dolo Soul Wars. And as you will see, I'm about to do a lot of Dolo Soul Wars with the main, not just for crates of war or spoils of war, but I also realize I need 77 magic for super glass make, and I'm only 71 magic. So I do all of this for some money to be able to buy the buckets of sand, and then figure that out afterwards and begin the journey of grinding out, I think it was 22,578 Soul Wars points to go from 71 to 77 magic to super glass make. And it didn't take me that long doing Dolo, I'll be honest with you. It probably took me only, we'll say 8 to 10 hours of getting about 230 to 250 points an hour. Some hours, I reached that. Some hours I was watching an anime or talking with friends and didn't really go as hard. So, I mean, maybe it took me a little longer than 10 hours, but it shouldn't take you much longer than that if you were to do it. Though, I don't know if I'd recommend doing it. I just have this really weird thing where I like to go to Soul Wars, and I like to do Dolo because it's something that I can just have on my screen, both my accounts, and just do a 3-4 minute game and get a little bit of combat experience out of it on the UIM. And I usually use it to make money, and I really want the pet. I think the pet is super cool. That's why I do a lot of spoils of war, but I have not been lucky on any of my accounts yet, so who knows, maybe this will be the account that I get lucky on. So here I'm going up to the Relica Chieftain to grab a Seal of Passage, and as you can see, I do have the 25,000 sand that I mined in my inventory noted, and then I do have my 5,470 some seaweed in my glass blowing pipe. I do have the basics at the bottom, my untradeable seed box, my cash stack, my looting bag with all my goods, and my rune pouch. So we're going to basically head over to Lunar Isle. We're going to be buying, I think I bought like 4,200 astral runes. I wasn't sure exactly how many I needed, but I figured that was a good start. I don't think I actually end up using them all by the end of the grind, but it's also because I still need to go get like 7,800 more sand. But yeah, so let's go buy those runes, and then we'll start the grind for the crafting. So I bought the 4,200 astral runes, and now I'm going to show you how I basically am setting up the big seaweed. I should only have to do this once, so I'll take 3 items off. I'll unnote some sand, so I'll have 18 sand. I will re-equip those 3 items. I will unnote the big seaweed, and then I will super glass make. Now, I am picking up everything off the ground because it's like 200,000 XP that I'd be dropping on the ground, and it's not that big of a deal to pick up the whatever. It would still get me to 85 with what I have, but I figured why not pick it up? It's 200k XP. Why throw it on the ground? I don't have a bank, so, you know, doing whatever isn't that big of a deal. So, sometimes I would just drop the 5 lenses now and pick up the 5, or I would wait until all of the glass was done or halfway through. I'm not 100% sure what I do here. It looks like I go through a full inventory, and then, no, see, I'll just drop 5 now, and then I'll make the lantern lenses invisible to rune light, and then just basically blow more lantern lenses. And I'll just repeat this for as long as it takes, basically. And as long as it takes is much sped up for you guys, and I won't bore you with super glass make because it can be quite boring. So we'll hit 64, and then we'll have just a little beautiful montage of all the levels. I didn't get 69. I don't know how, but it does go 68 to 70, and we just, you know, bust through these levels. As you can tell, I've been here for a very long time, standing at a bank when I'm a character with no bank. And we finally hit level 80. Level 80 is wonderful because it does allow us to make the Dragonstone jewelry, and that is key, basically. And then, just for giggles, I used the rest of my sand. I got 81, 82, and 83. Well, there you have it. We've gone on quite the journey today through doing some quests, going through Soul Wars, getting magic levels, getting sand, finding out I can only have 25k sand when I need like 32. All the fun stuff. Coming out, you know, with 83 crafting. Just really good strides, I think, for the account. The fact that we can craft our own Dragonstone jewelry is pretty huge. I think we're just gonna keep collecting big seaweed and come back with another 25,000 sand and finish it off. Maybe we'll hit 90 by the time I do the next crafting grind, which would be pretty fun. I could enjoy that. Actually, maybe we'll blow another 12. We'll use the rest of the sand just for fun. But I think in the next video, I'll either just finish off the sand, go get the other like 7,800 that I need, or I'm thinking I'm gonna go for 80 thieving so that I can go do Rogue's Chest. I believe that is 80 thieving. Let's just make sure. It's 84 actually. So maybe we'll bust out 84 thieving, do a little cutesy death pile in Lumbridge, and go get some dragon stones. We would need quite a bit. I don't know the exact number right now, but I think you need like, I need enough for glories, I need enough for combat bracelets, I need enough for the other necklace and all that fun stuff so that we can actually build the stuff for the 83 construction. And yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this video. I think we've done some pretty good progress. So yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video, and yeah.